Hello, my name is Robert Fromont. I'm from the New Zealand Institute of Language, Brain and Behaviour at the University of Canterbury. This is the second video in a series of videos that show how to use our corpus annotation system called LaBBCAT. In the first video, I showed how to install the software and set up a basic structure ready to receive data, and in this video we will be uploading some transcripts into LaBBCAT. Now the first thing we need to do is start up LaBBCAT. On a Windows system, you'll have a LaBBCAT icon in your start menu. On a Macintosh system, you'll have the LaBBCAT icon in your applications folder. We just need to double click on that. And LaBBCAT will start up its mini web server. Once that's ready, your web browser will open at LaBBCAT's home page. And here we are in LaBBCAT. Now in the previous video we set up a couple of corpora, a couple of transcript types, and some participant attributes ready to receive the data that we are now going to upload. So to upload a transcript, there are two ways that we can do it. There's manually, where you upload one by one the transcript files and their recordings. And there's also a batch tool that allows you to upload transcripts en masse. First, we're going to see the manual process. You need to go up to the upload menu at the top and click on that. And the very first option on this list is upload new transcript. So we're going to click on that. Now you may have long interviews that have been broken down into chunks. LaBBCAT can group all of those chunks together into what it calls a series. So a series is a bunch of recordings that were recorded all at the same time in the same recording episode. In our particular case, there's only one recording per session, and so we're going to enter 1 in this box here and click upload. Now it's asking us for the transcript file. We're going to click choose file. And you may have downloaded or been given a folder called Quake Stories, which includes recordings of people talking about their experiences during the earthquakes that struck the Canterbury region of New Zealand in 2010 and 2011. Those are video and audio recordings with ELAN transcripts. We're going to upload one now. You'll find in the Quake Stories folder there is an EAF file. That is the first transcript that we're going to upload. So we're just going to select that and click open. And then on to the right of that, you can see there's another choose file button. That is for the media file or files. Now in this case, we have both a video and an audio file. We're going to upload both of those at the same time. So you're going to click on the first one, then hold down the Shift key on your keyboard and click the other one. We've got them both selected there, and we're going to click open, and it will select both of those for upload. Then there's a bit of more information about the transcript that we have to specify. We want it to be in the QB corpus. It is in fact an interview, so we're going to leave that selected. And here you can specify the name of the series. This just defaults to the transcript name, and we'll just leave it at that. Click upload. Now LaBBCAT will analyze the transcript file. It knows that it's an ELAN transcript and can see that it has 5 tiers. The first 2 are transcriptions of the speakers speaking, and then the last 3, noise, comment, and topic, are annotation tiers that have been set up in ELAN. Now what we have to do at this point is specify for each of the tiers what LaBBCAT layer that data should go into. LaBBCAT tries to set sensible defaults for these, and in this particular case it's got it right. So these first 2 tiers are in fact utterances, the transcriptions of utterances. And then the other 3, the annotation tiers, relate to annotation layers in LaBBCAT, noise, comment, and topic. So we'll just leave those at their default values and click Set Mappings. And then all of the transcription information will be inserted into the LaBBCAT database. Now in LaBBCAT, you can mark for each transcript one or more participants, one or more speakers that are particularly important. These are the main participants, and these are the ones that are searched by default when you run searches. Often you have speakers appearing in transcripts that you're not particularly interested generally in searching and analyzing, and so those are non-main participants, and the other ones, the ticked ones, are the main participants. In this particular case, the default value is what we want. We are not particularly interested in the interviewer's speech. We are interested only in this participant's speech, so we're going to click on Set Main Participants. And then here you can see what's actually a list of all the transcripts that we just uploaded. We only uploaded one. You can see on the left there's the name of the transcript, and if we clicked on this link, it would open up the transcript, but we're not going to do that right now. Next to that, there is a link that says Edit Metadata, and after that there is a progress bar, which is in fact already gone all the way to the very end. If we had a number of automatic annotation layers set up, then when we upload a transcript, the annotation data for those layers is processed, and this progress bar you might see going along to the end. You don't have to wait for the progress bar to get to the end. You can keep uploading, but it's just there to give you an indication of how far through things are. What we're actually going to do now is click on the Edit Metadata link to see the metadata for this particular transcript. And here you can see there's various bits of information that we might attach to a transcript. This is in fact configurable. If you go up to the Transcript Attributes link here, you can set up new metadata fields that will appear on this page. In particular, you can see here that the type of the transcript is marked here. If we had accidentally selected the wrong option when we uploaded it, then that doesn't matter because we can come back to this page and correct it here. It is in fact an interview, so we're just going to leave that set as it was. Now below the attributes you can see a number of buttons that let us do various things with the transcript. We can delete it, we can change the main participants if we made a mistake before. This button Generate allows us to generate automatic annotations for this particular transcript if we had any set up, which we don't yet. The Media button allows you to upload more media files for this particular transcript. And finally, the Transcript button opens up the transcript so that you can actually read the text and play the recording. Again, we're not going to quite do that yet because we are interested in what comes below this, which is the list of participants that appear in this particular transcript, the interviewee and the interviewer. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on the Attributes button of the interviewee to see their metadata. Now here you can see these are the metadata attributes that we had set up in the earlier video. This particular participant is in fact male. He is between 66 and 75 years old. He speaks English. He was born in New Zealand. In fact, he was born in North Canterbury. And in fact, he was born in Christchurch. So we're just going to enter in that metadata there because it wasn't actually specified within the ELAN transcript. And we're going to save that to make sure that we've got that participant information in our database. Now below the participant attributes, you can see a list of all of the transcripts that this participant appears in. This, of course, only appears in one transcript because we've only uploaded one. And you can see here there are a number of buttons which in fact correspond to the buttons we saw on the previous page. Delete transcript, set main participants, transcript attributes, regenerate layers, and this last one here, the transcript button, will take us to the transcript, and we're going to do that now. So this will open up the transcript text with the media. You can see at the top here is the title of the transcript. To the right of that you can see the media files. This has selected the video by default. On the left you can see a list of participants that appear in this transcript, and the name of the main participant or participants is marked in bold, as is their speech and their transcription. And you can see in the middle here there are a number of annotation layers that we can tick in order to display them. Below that you can see the text of the transcript. You can see various speaker turns. Here the interviewer is speaking. You can see various other annotations here. This is a noise annotation, and so on. You can see the rest of the transcript. Now, if we click on the play button here, you will see
Hi,
that the
my name's Roger Curra.
video starts playing.
Born here in Christchurch, 1944, and been coming out to Brooklands
And you
for
can
as long
see
as I can
that
remember.
this grey
Boarding
area
short
follows
pants from
the
primary school,
participant's
'cause
speech
my
as they
uncle,
go through the
my
recording.
mother's brother, ran the...
You can click on this magnifying glass here to zoom in on the video if you need to do that. You can use this button to skip back a little bit in the transcript in case you want to rehear something.
The dairy down the end of Harbour Road, Harbour Road, Harbour Road.
And you can also click on any utterance and play that particular utterance only.
And the wives and the children and the members are all involved.
Now at the top of the transcript, on the left, you can see that here is a formats link that opens up the formats menu, and here you can see you can export the transcript in a number of different formats. We're going to try first the text only format. Here it's asking us a question about whether we want line breaks. We're just going to leave that and click convert and save this file. And if we open it, you will see that here we have a plain text file with the transcript in it. Now, we'll just click back to get back to the transcript. You can see there are various other formats available here. We're just going to click on the Pratt text grid format here. That will give us a text grid file, which we will save. And then we'll open it in Pratt. And you can see in the Pratt text grid there are a number of different tiers. You can see there is a tier for the utterances of each of the participants, the interviewer and the interviewee. You can see further down there is in fact a tier for each individual word. Now at this point these are not actually lined up to the actual words within the utterances, they're just simply spread out evenly throughout their utterances. We will look at in a later video ways of setting those word alignments more accurately. And you can also see that there are a number of other annotation layers in the text grid as well. Now that's manual transcript upload. We're now going to look at the batch upload tool because we've actually got quite a lot of other data that we want to upload. We can do that all at once. If you go up to the upload menu, click on that. The third option on that list says upload transcript batch. If we click on that, then we get a file, a JNLP file that we're going to save. That starts up a program that allows us to upload a whole bunch of files at once. We're just going to click on that. Now on Macintosh systems, you will probably see a warning like this. We're going to click OK. We're going to go to the Apple menu, System Preferences, Security and Privacy, and you'll see at the bottom there's a warning about the program being blocked from opening because it is not from an identified developer. We're going to click Open anyway and open. And here you will see the batch upload tool. Now on Windows systems, if you click on to open the JNLP file, it'll probably just open up this directly without all of those warnings. Now, the batch upload tool has a variety of controls and buttons and a big space in the middle that we are going to put our transcripts in. Now, one easy way to do that is to right-click on this big blank space in the middle, select Add Transcripts, and then what we need to do is go and find our transcripts. Now, in our case, they're on the desktop. You may have downloaded somewhere else the Quake Stories folder. Now that Quake Stories folder includes a number of subfolders with various files in. We could select each of those files individually, but we actually don't need to. all we need to do is select the folder, click choose, and then the batch upload tool will go through each of the folders and each of the folders within those folders looking for transcripts. And here are all the transcripts that we are going to upload. You can see on the left the corpus has been automatically detected, but you can actually set it if you like. It's set a series name by default. Here are the names of each of the transcripts, and the media files are here. It's picked up both the audio and the video files. Now, most of our transcripts here are in fact monologues, so we're going to change the transcript type to be monologue. I'm going to click Upload Transcripts. And now what the tool is doing is basically what we did manually before. It's uploading each of the transcript files with the media files, and those are being inserted into the LaBBCAT database for us. Now, while that's doing that, I'll just point out back in LaBBCAT, next to that link that we clicked, there's a help icon. If you click on that help icon, you'll see some more information about how the batch upload tool works and how you need to have your files organized in order for it to work well for you. Essentially, you need to have a folder for each corpus, and within that, a folder for each series, and the transcripts within those series. It will automatically detect main speakers for you if the main speakers in the transcripts are included in the file name, and so forth. Now we'll just go back to our upload tool. You can see that it's almost finished. So you can see on each of these, there's a progress bar that tells you how far through it is with that particular transcript. And at the bottom, you can see there's an overall progress bar that tells you how far through the whole process it is. If there's any problem during the upload, then you will see a message in this area at the bottom here. And in fact, we do see one error there because it's telling us that this transcript couldn't be uploaded because it's already in there, and that is of course the one that we manually uploaded before running the batch upload. And that's it. Now we've got all of our transcripts in there. We can close the tool. We'll go back into LaBBCAT. Now if we click on the transcripts link at the top, we can see there is a list of transcripts here. This list has 10 at once, but you can see at the bottom there are links to other ones. And you can filter this by corpus. In fact, this is currently looking only at the QB transcripts. If we click all, then we will see that there are a few more there. And you can also use the search box to search for particular transcripts. So if we were interested in the transcript whose name includes 702, we could enter that there and it would take us there. And here we can click on the transcript button on the right to open up the transcript. So if we were, for example, interested in the transcript whose name includes 013, we could search for it here, and it gives us the transcript. Here there are a series of buttons. We might, for example, click on the attributes button and correct this from being a monologue to, in fact, it's an interview. Click Save Changes. And in fact, for our particular data, we also need to do that for the 215 transcript. Click Attributes, set to interview. And also for the 226 transcript. And there you go. Now this is great. We've got a whole bunch of transcripts in our database. Unfortunately, the ELAN files don't include the participant metadata. Now we could go through into the transcripts and into each of the participant records and set that manually. But fortunately, if we've got a CSV file with that data in, which we do, then you can upload all of that directly into your LaBBCAT database in one hit. Now the way that we do that is we go to the upload menu, we select the option on the list that says upload participant data, And here we need to find a CSV file that includes our participant data. We have one here in the Quake Stories folder. There's a file called participants.csv. We're going to select that and click Upload. And here we see a list of the columns that are in that CSV file. Now, one of the columns has to identify the participant name or the participant ID as it is in the LaBBCAT database. This is the field that links the records in the CSV file with the participants as they are identified in the transcripts. Now, in this particular case, it's the name column that has already been selected here at the top. And then below that, for each column in the CSV file, we need to specify which participant attribute it relates to. And here, in general, it has selected the correct mappings. So we've got the gender column mapping to the gender participant attribute, the age category column matching to the age participant attribute, and so forth. We forgot to set up an ethnicity participant attribute. If we wanted to, we could in fact create a new attribute here called ethnicity, and that would be created for us during the upload process and data uploaded into it. So once we've got all of these columns mapped to participant attributes, we click Import, and you can see it's imported data for 20 participants. Now, to double check that that has really happened, we can go to the participants link at the top. You can see there are a number of participants listed here. There's an attributes button for each one. We'll just click on an attributes button, and you can see that this participant's attributes have been set. This is a male, 36 to 45-year-old who speaks English and so forth. So we now have a small database with a number of speakers in, and we can start doing some annotations and some searches. We'll do that in one of the next videos. Thank you very much.